What's up, YouTube? I'm not going to be here long at all. Um, we just got the news. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll post it up here in a second. That Bray Wyatt, unfortunately, has passed away at the age of 36 years old. Um, and yesterday, we lost Terry Funk. Terry Funk was 79. And that was hard. But Bray Wyatt, I don't even feel like I should be here doing this, but I want to come on here and just share a couple memories that I have, a couple of moments that'll stand in time. And again, I don't want anybody coming here and, I don't even know how to explain how I feel. My mind, there's a million different emotions running in my mind right now. Like I said, yesterday we lost Terry Funk, and I just found out literally not even 20 minutes ago that Bray Wyatt passed away. Came home from dinner, and I read the news, the first post I seen on Facebook, and I didn't think it was real. I thought it was just something somebody made up for likes or whatever, because there's some sick people out there. And seeing it all over the wrestling world is, well, it's real. There's no debating it, and it's extremely shocking. Bray Wyatt was only 36 years old. He was in basically the prime of his life. And like I said, I'm not going to come here and try to give you guys any details or any insider scoops. I don't have any. I don't. So if you're here for that, I'm sorry. But what I am here to do is to share a couple memories, personal memories, and then memories of Bray outside of my personal experiences. And I'll never forget the closest I ever got to meeting Bray Wyatt was in 2017. SummerSlam weekend. We were there to meet AJ Styles, and we were getting a hotel because we needed to stay somewhere in New York because that's where SummerSlam was, in Brooklyn. First Terry Funk and now Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace, Bray. Rest in peace, both of them. Trailblazers in their own right, both gone. But we seen my buddy went into the hotel to check in, and coming around the corner was Bray Wyatt. And when he came around the corner, he was surrounded by a lot of people. A lot of people trying to get autographs and pictures and shoving shit in his face. Sign this, sign this, sign this, sign this. And I was in the car with my buddy's children, and I rolled down the window. This is the closest I ever got to meet him. And the only thing I shouted was, "Bray, you're the man. Either Bray, you're the man, or Bray, you're the effing man. Either way." And he turned around, smiled, waved, and bowed his head in acknowledgement. And that's the closest I ever got to meeting Bray or interacting with him in any way. But this is a shock, a major shock. And like I said yesterday, Terry Funk, and now today Bray Wyatt. And like I said, I'm not going to come in here and I'm not going to try to sit here and spin it anyway and try to, how did he, Chungus? I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I know he's been battling illness the last couple of months. That's all I know. That's the most I know. But I don't want to come in here and try to give you guys any insider details about what happened, because like I said, I don't know. It's not my business to know. It's the family's business to know. It's WWE's business to know, and that's it. Nobody else's. But this is just me sharing my personal experiences and my personal tribute to a man who brought me many years of great joy. Even back when he was Husky Harris, I remember he was the Army tank with the Ferrari engine. And I remember hearing that for the first time. And I couldn't even fathom what I was looking at. And then they said, when Bray Wyatt made his debut a couple months later, it didn't dawn on me who it was. A couple years later, actually, like 2013, he came out as Bray Wyatt and made his debut. I didn't know that was Husky Harris until the crowd started chanting. It didn't even, nothing registered in my brain. But, this is my personal thank you to him for many years of personal enjoyment. And my condolences are with his family. My condolences are with those who were close to him and those who knew him. Um, but if you guys have any memories in the comments, please, or in the live chat, please post them. If you have any personal experiences, please post them. I want this to be a positive thing from a very dark, very negative situation. And like I said, I'm not going to come on here. I'm not Sean Ross Sapp. I'm not Fightful. I'm not the Wrestling Observer. I don't have any details. I'm just a guy podcasting from my living room. You can see my lamp in the corner. Like, I don't have a professional setup. I'm just here to share my thoughts about Bray Wyatt, the man, about Wyndham. I hate using wrestlers' real names, but in this situation, um, it's a tough situation. It's a very, very tough situation. Um, like I said, I only got the chance to interact with him once in person, but I've seen him many, many times in WWE in person. Many of shows that I went to that he was at. I remember getting to see the Fiend right before they shut everything down for COVID. Getting to see the Fiend versus Daniel Bryan at a house show in Allentown, Pennsylvania. It was probably one of the biggest highlights. I have so many pictures from that. I wish I could post them here, but I don't have them saved on this phone. They're on my old phone. But that was one of my favorite things to see in person. I've always wanted to see the Fiend in person. When I got to see that, I was very happy. But like I said, for anybody coming in here, if you're coming in here looking for a hot scoop or a hot take, look at my setup. I don't have a hot take. I don't have a hot scoop. But I do have respect for the performers who come out on a weekly basis and dedicate their lives to entertaining us. And unfortunately, for some of those people, their time gets cut short. And Brody Lee comes to mind immediately when I think about this situation. I remember the day after Christmas 2020 when I woke up and found out that Brody Lee passed away. The sinking feeling in my gut, the sinking feeling in my stomach. I can't even talk. That's how messed up I am right now. It's the same feeling I'm feeling now. Bray, like I said, in many ways was a trailblazer in his own right, and now I'm not going to sit here by any means and go off about how he was the greatest of all time. WWE did this with him. WWE did that with them. That's not what this is about. That's not what this is about. This is about sharing positive memories of a man who provided all of us, whether you liked him or not, with many, many entertaining and memorable moments. Whether you knew him as Husky Harris or whether you seen him as Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, the Firefly Funhouse, the White Rabbit. That was another personal experience I want to share. And again, Chungus, I don't know. I can't say for sure if it was cancer. I don't know, and it's not my business to know. As a fan and as somebody who admired his work, I would like to, figure out what happened and kind of put into perspective. It just goes to show you. But again, it's not my business. It just goes to show you how precious life really is. And anybody who knows me knows that sometimes I get depressed. Sometimes things happen, and life sucks, man. Life really sucks. But when you look at situations like this, he was 10 years older than me. I'm 26. He was 36. 36 years old. 36 years old with a young baby at home, a wife who loved him, a family who loved him. It's a very sad situation. Another personal memory that I would like to share is from the what show was it? Last year, October, Extreme Rules of 2022. We waited all night. We knew he was coming back. We waited all night for it, and finally at the end of the show, the lights go out, and he's got the whole world in his hand. Starts playing. Crowd goes insane, insane. One of the loudest pops I've ever heard in person. And as we were sitting stage side, like we were sitting kind of behind the stage to where we couldn't see the front of it. We can only see the ramp. And they were coming out, setting up this giant box. And my mom was sitting next to me. I look over and I'm like, what is going on? What the hell are they doing? And sure enough, the door flies open and out comes Bray Wyatt, and he's the lantern, and the crowd loses their minds. Dude, I'm telling you, this. I've been to WrestleMania before, and this was the loudest pop that I've ever heard in person. I've been to 2 Royal Rumbles, SummerSlam, Elimination Chambers, everything. I've done it all, but that was the loudest pop, and I didn't think it'd get any louder. And then he took his mask off. He had that Uncle Howdy White Rabbit mask. He takes his mask off, and there it is. Bray Wyatt is back. The crowd's chanting, "Holy shit, holy shit." They had to edit it out on all their social medias. And I don't know if they edited it on Peacock yet or not. I haven't watched it back, but my God, what a moment. And it's something I'll never forget. I'll never forget it. The reaction he got and the promo he delivered the next week on SmackDown when he told the world, he said, "I just wanted you to leave me alone. But you guys wouldn't leave me alone. You kept chanting my name. You kept wanting me back. You kept, everything that they did to help bring him back." And he said, "I'm glad you did. I'm glad you brought me back." And I was glad too. And knowing that his last match was the pitch black match, it's the perfect way. It's the perfect way to go. He went out in a match that was fitting of the Bray Wyatt persona. Absolutely insane, off the walls, over the top. But that's what Bray Wyatt was. That's exactly what Bray Wyatt was. And it's gonna hurt knowing that he's no longer walking among us. He's no longer with us. And again, I'm not gonna be here much longer because I don't want to come in here and try to tell anybody, "Oh, this is what happened. This is what happened." I don't have any inside scoops. I don't have none of that. But like I said, what I do have is a great amount of respect for the people that go into that 20 by 20, whether it's in a bingo hall in front of 15 people or in a stadium in front of 80,000. They come out and they do what they do better than anybody in the world for us. And I think a lot of times wrestling fans take that for granted. There's a lot of times that wrestling fans take that for granted. We're eating so good right now. There's so much. There's so many options. If you don't like WWE, there's AEW. If you don't like AEW, there's WWE. If you don't like either of those, there's so many promotions out there. And I think a lot of wrestling fans take for granted that those are human beings. At the end of the day, whatever character they are on TV, they're human beings at the end of the day. They have human emotion. They have feelings. And I think that's one of the things a lot of wrestling fans take for granted. Sorry. We got a couple comments here. "So shocking. Luke Harper's death shocked me. This is insane. 2/3 of the Wyatt family are dead." Yeah, unfortunately, yes. Harper, and this is the silver lining of it all. I don't know about you guys, and I'm not trying to force anything on you guys. I'm not a very religious person. I believe in there's some kind of afterlife. I don't know what it is. And I when my time comes, my time comes. But I just hope wherever Luke Harper, John Huber, and Wyndham Rotunda are, I hope they're reunited, and I hope they're having a beer, reminiscing on the good times. Because right now it's a little hard. It's a little hard. Life is tough. And I would just like to again extend my condolences to the family of Wyndham and the friends and the people who knew him. And I would like to just say thank you for all the entertainment that he's given us, whether it was the Wyatt family or whether it was through the Fiend or the Firefly Funhouse or whatever it may be. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Wyndham. You will be truly missed. This is it's a very sad day in the world of professional wrestling. Very sad 24 hours. Losing Terry Funk yesterday and losing Bray Wyatt today. It's just it hurts a lot. And I feel for his family. I feel for JoJo. I feel for his baby. I lost my dad back in 2021. I can only imagine, losing a father at such a young age. I couldn't fathom it. So my thoughts are with them, his entire family, anybody who knew him, whether professionally or personally. My thoughts are with them, and my condolences are with them. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here because I think I said everything I needed to say. Um, Rest in peace, Wyndham. Rest in peace, Terry Funk. You will be both greatly missed. Um, and again, I'm sorry if you guys came here looking for some kind of scoop or some kind of details that I can't provide. Because again, it's not my business. It's nobody's business besides the family and those who knew him. It's their business only. And again, as wrestling fans, sometimes we feel like we're entitled to learn more than what we need to know. And right now, we don't. When the time comes, the details come out. They'll come out. But until then, I believe I've said everything I needed to say. So thank you, Wyndham. Um, Thank you for the last 10, 12 plus years of entertainment. Um, and your presence has been felt in the world of wrestling, and you will not be forgotten in any way, shape, or form. So thank you for all of that. And again, I want to extend my condolences to the family of Wyndham, his friends, and anybody who knew him personally. And before I go, if anybody wants to share any fun memories in the comments, whether it was a personal experience or something you remember from a show or anything, it would be greatly appreciated. Juan here says, "Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. You brought me scary but fun memories," and that is very true. There's been a lot of moments where some of the things he did scared the hell out of me. Like the introduction of the Fiend was one of those things where I was like, okay, this is where we're delving into horror movie territory, and I love horror movies. And this is it's a sad situation. And again, my condolences to everybody who knew him. My condolences to the family, the Rotunda family, Bo, Taylor, Mike, IRS, and everybody, Barry Windham, his uncle, everybody who was close with him. Um, you all have my condolences, and may Wyndham, Bray Wyatt, may he rest in peace.